I'm just keeping my video off for a moment while I finish my sandwich, and then I'll be video on.
Okay, great. I think we're ready whenever you are, Miss Gretchen.
Okay, is it one? It's 1:01. It's 1:01, and I will call this meeting to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Let's see, we've got John Duncan and Christina Dixon on the line.
Cool.
We have Ann Brown as our rep for San Miguel County and Mike Borgonia.
Awesome, thank you guys. They're all waiting. We can't see you. So we have a moment of silence right now.
If you want,
Okay,
for just,
do you want to explain it?
so we'll take a moment for gratitude and thankful we're all here today.
Okay, I think we had a moment. Any additions or corrections to the agenda?
The only thing I was gonna note is that unfortunately, Kira is unable to be here today. And I didn't get a deck from her prior, so we'll have to catch up with her in the fall.
Okay.
Carmen, she didn't. I thought she might have sent a slide deck prior to the last meeting that we had to reschedule. No? Or I'll look real quick, but I thought
Okay,
she sent us
I
something.
can look too. We had talked about her sending one, but I didn't see it, but maybe you're right.
I'll look right now.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Okay, shall we move to the consent agenda? Did everybody read the minutes for March 7th? And do I have a motion to approve?
Yes.
Yeah, John here. I move we approve these minutes.
Second?
I think it's me. No?
Thank you, Christina.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I read it and the motion is approved.
Okay, thank you. And we'll have a vote. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
We're passed.
And Gretchen, there is, I looked and she did not send a slide deck for the last meeting, but I do notice that Carmen or Ramona Rummel is on and can give some at least financial overviews.
Oh, is she on? Okay, great.
Ramona is, yeah.
Thanks, Ramona. Would you like to have the microphone now?
Sure. Good afternoon. Thank you. I submitted a copy of your emails, the email thread yesterday, and attached the annual report through fourth quarter 2024, and that was attached to that email thread last night, or yesterday afternoon rather. So I wanted to just let you know we're processing first quarter 2025, and that'll be out by July 1st. I'm just waiting on some additional information from the state to get that first quarter and the first quarter adjustment 1 completed. So that will be forthcoming. The distributions for the last adjustment 2 and adjustment 1 and adjustment 2 for the fourth quarter, those will be processed this week, and we'll get those to the marketing companies accordingly for 2024. So I was just looking here to see, you know, there's nothing really unusual about this. The numbers, when you look at trends, I think it's really hard because we have those prior period adjustments that continue to come into play when you're looking at the trends for this. So the year to date for the R1 school district and the R12 school district, the R2 looks like it's up substantially and the R1 looks like it's down. I don't think that that's directly correlated to the activity. I think that's just financial tracking, the way that we're getting the monies and the adjustments from the state. So you may know better, just for the activity as far as what's going on in the short-term lodging establishments, but this is just representative of the numbers I'm pulling and getting from the state on a monthly basis. Do you have any questions on the information presented?
Do you have any questions, Becky?
I don't.
Anybody else have questions?
I
don't really have any questions, that I think it is really, it's always hard to examine these figures in a snapshot because they tend to get corrected later. And that's just true in life with anything that, has a complex set of threads attached to it. And, our tourism booking numbers tend to be corrected after the season. Our tax projections and our tax trends and our tax collections tend to get corrected after the season, sometimes substantially later because of elections or just, I still think this is helpful to what every business person wants to know is what's the trend? Are we basically moving in the right direction, or do we have real concern? People might not come to Southwest Colorado this year. So I kind of blend in my mind, I blend this with the figures we heard from the town and mountain village from Kira in the town and mountain village merchants meeting last week, in which it was revealed that, to my surprise, that March this year was actually flat. I thought that was tailed off so hard in the season, and in which it was revealed that May booked down a little bit this year. June was flat. Right now, July is booking up 6%, August 9%, or rather, July is booking 2 to 4% up, August 9%, and September 6%, and October 15%. And all those numbers again the further out the month, the less confidence you have in the trend, of course. But overall, my little corner of the world, I came away thinking, okay, in spite of having kind of a crummy snow year this year, and in spite of the Donald Trump recession, people are in fact still coming to Norwood, Telluride, and the rest of Southwest Colorado this year. So that's what I took away from all that. And I don't know, I find it hard to really do anything with the specific tax collection figures, knowing that they're probably going to get changed later, to be honest.
Yeah, I would agree. And unfortunately, with the way that lodging tax is collected on a quarterly basis, I think it makes that lag even longer. If someone's correcting the previous quarter, then you've got, it's not just a monthly thing that you're correcting, you've got additional months. So it does take additional time.
I feel like if tourism numbers are strong, lodging tax collection is gonna track that, and so again, I just see these are post-dated figures. This is what happened in the past, and that's part of understanding the trend, and part is what's going to happen in the future.
Well, and let's face it, Norwood is short rooms. I mean, we have very few rooms for people to rent for short term.
Yeah.
And
Has
now
anything
and now we
changed in
have
that
one
area?
restaurant. I mean, Norwood is hurting. We have one restaurant and we have one hotel who rents out 7 rooms? Maybe?
I think so.
And that's it. The rest is Telluride long-term housing. And that hurts Norwood, I think.
The hotel that was purchased by the Four Seasons, that's in Nucla, Natarita, right?
Natarita.
Natarita. Yeah,
But I mean, that's hard too.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's something that we all really need to look at because we do need long-term housing, but we also need short-term.
I have a question. So what I'm gathering from this conversation is that the numbers from 2024 are still draft, if you will, that there will be adjustments. Is there, even so, maybe looking back at the quarters that you do feel will not be adjusted any further, is there historical data, and how does this, compare?
So it was in the last 2 years that we switched to an annual comparison as opposed to a quarterly, because that quarterly was tracking so volatile. So I'm pretty comfortable that what we call fourth quarter adjustment 2 is complete. Now that isn't saying that in September of 2025 that something could be adjusted back to, would show as a fourth quarter adjustment for 2024. It's just, they're all over the place. But as far as the state's reporting, they are current through first quarter 2025. But there's been some numbers there that I'm trying to double check, because they look really off compared to 2024. So I just kind of want to do some double checking before I present those. And we're also waiting for the first quarter deposit to be received, and we don't have that yet at the treasurer. So those things are pending. That's why I want to give it a couple more weeks. But there's always adjustments, whether the adjustments that come in could be clear back to 2023, as I made that note. The fourth quarter had adjustments clear back in 2023. It just wasn't adjustments in 2024. It was clear back into 2023. So I think as vendors and lodging establishments get their books corrected or get their stuff submitted and remitted and corrected or audited, if in some cases, then we'll continue to see these adjustments. So to John's case, this is a in the past look of what actually happened. It's hard to gauge any sort of decisions moving forward on this because it is so volatile. But
Ramona, how does the yearly number for 2024 compare to 23, 22?
If you look in the bottom of that form, the R1 school district is down percentage wise by 28%, but that's because there was that was a large adjustment in 23. And then in the R2 school district is up
I see
30%, but that could just be on reporting of timing as well.
I see.
Because what I don't get is the dates of when the activity occurred. I just get when the monies are remitted to the state for the lodging. So I don't know when the lodging took place. I only see when the lodging monies were collected.
That's helpful. Thank you. And then one other question, I'll be quiet. John, the numbers that you were quoting of like up 15% in October projections and so forth, what are those projections? Is that from the peak sheet with lodging, or what is that? What are those?
Yeah, that's my understanding. That's my understanding, and I assume that what that means is, although we didn't ask Kira to explain to the process, but I think the way we all took it to mean is that in year-to-date bookings for the respective time periods, July was tracking up 2 to 4%, August 9%, September 6%, and October 15% or something like that. And she was quick to say, hey, there isn't much data on September and October now, so don't put too much faith in those numbers. And obviously that's true. A lot of things can change booking trends, can change the flow of tourism, but bookings year to date for those periods we're tracking were stronger than last year for the same periods as of this date. That's the way I understood it.
Thank you.
Was anyone else in that meeting? Anyone else hear all that and take it the same way?
Fortunately, I wasn't. I don't know. Christina's looking to unmute.
That's okay. Her report was similar to the ones that she so often gives, and I think.
Sorry, I was on mute. I just said that I'm learning about this, so that's it. I mean,
Well, I've heard Kira give a lot of reports, and I think that's what she was indicating. Summer and fall are right now trending up a little bit last year.
Well, recognizing that they're projections and they can change, it's still better than being down,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah, especially with all the uncertainty that I think, frankly,
Mhm.
everybody's feeling in March and April and up to
And
this
with
point.
international travelers supposedly not coming.
You know, I've always felt, does anyone know, we're probably off subject here, but it's my hunch that international travelers are a larger percentage of our tourism base in the wintertime than in the summertime. True or false?
I don't know, but that would kind of make sense. You know, you see so many, I see large groups on the mountain that seem to be speaking different languages and with accents, and I see less of that. Although, of course, they're not necessarily walking up and down Main Street, but that would make sense. We could ask that of Kira.
Yeah, some really weird languages too, like Australian. But anyway, I think yeah, I've heard that as well. I've heard that just you know, national surveys show that some 80% of Americans are say that the current economic uncertainty and a growing concern about the safety of flying will affect their travel plans in the coming year. However, that doesn't categorically mean that Telluride would be and Colorado would be disfavored by that. We are, Texas is a drive market for us, partly, and especially people who come up here and spend time. They
Yeah.
often or usually drive. Second homeowners come and stay for the whole summer and so forth. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see. You know, I remember having such a similar conversation, but with an even higher level of concern in April and May of 2020. You know, none of us will ever forget that.
That's right.
So I hesitate to say that we know how this is going to turn out. It's certainly reassuring to see that booking numbers are not down at this point in the season. And, you know, I think that's what we have to go on right now.
Anybody have anything else? Thanks, Ramona.
Thanks, Ramona.
Thank you. And if there's anything that you want to see different in that report format or any other ways I can help, please just reach out and let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Becky, are you ready? Get us on the board, Chasey?
Oh my goodness, you guys have been doing so much.
We have been doing so much.
You have been busy.
Yeah, we've been super busy. So the Norman Chamber of Commerce has brought back the annual banquet. We had it in the first part of February, excuse me. March, there you go. First part of March. Sorry, there's so many things that we're doing right now. We had it catered. And we charged a minimal amount for the catered meal that was served. So I believe that that's probably why we had such a great turnout. We had 39 people, between a few kids and adults show up. We had a silent auction that went very well. And we heard from multiple people that it was nice to have that type of banquet where you could dress up, put on your nines if you wanted to, and go out, have music, have a nice dinner, have conversation, have pictures. The pictures that we had a local photographer take was just top notch, top quality. And everybody liked that as well. So the reception was phenomenal. We will plan on doing a banquet again next year as well, and hopefully continue on on an annual basis. So we had, we'll definitely send out invites for all you guys next year. I think, wanted to say there was another event in Telluride that was going on that was a pretty big to-do as well. So, yeah, like to see you guys down there for it next year if you can come. So the other thing the chamber has taken on, is the Fourth Friday Films. It's a free film series at the Norwood Town Park. It is, of course, the fourth Friday of the month. We're not doing it in July due to fair and rodeo. We didn't want to interfere with either one of them, frankly. The first movie that we had was The Outsiders in the Park. We had 18 kids and 21 adults for the very first one. So the reception was huge. The weather was a little bit chilly, but if you live in Colorado, you bring your blankets and suit up. So it went over very well. And the next one that we're going to have is on the 27th of June. It's prior to Star Spangled Saturday, and it will be Sandlot. So kind of kick it off for 4th of July weekend, so to speak. So we're expecting a little bit bigger crowd for Sandlot because there's a lot of people who want to see that show. So series is kicking off pretty good. We're also in collaboration with the town, the fire district here and Coach's mother for Star Spangled Saturday. We're helping to get the parade going and the flyers out, of course, for all of that. The fire department gets free food, and we're looking for volunteers to help cook. And if any nonprofit or any club wants to come and have games, bring in a game, make some a little bit of money like snow cone selling or popcorn or whatever, then we're welcoming all vendors. And the town of Norwood is not charging for vendor table at all. So this is just to keep building this Star Spangled Saturday day for our community and people outside our area as well. So
What date is that again?
it is the 28th of June. Yep. We have the last Saturday back. Nuclear Days took the last Saturday of the month of June last year because of when water hit the town. So it wasn't 4th of July, it was the weekend before. So we had a chat with them and we're getting our Saturday back. So, yay! So hopefully keeping that consistent. What else have we got going on? Pretty much those just during the summer, and then we'll help this Norwood Study Club just a little bit with Pioneer Day that's coming in September. We usually do the awards and a couple of other things that the study club needs assist with. And man, that was a big collaboration as well. And then of course, Noel Night in November, the first Friday December. First Friday in December is Noel Night. And the chamber pretty much oversees most of that, with the exception of the vendors that Demi and Brooks does at the old hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yeah, so we kind of decided to concentrate on a few certain things. And of course, we're helping Music on the Mesa. The chamber helps sponsor the sound system for both of those. So we're trying to stay in collaboration with all the things going on here in Norwood Parks and Rec. We're doing some collaboration with them as well. So yeah, that's what we decided to do, is just kind of keep it local. Let's bring some more people in and let's just get crazy. Yeah.
Nice,
Spend some money.
very nice.
And that's pretty much all I have. Yeah,
Sounds good.
that's a lot, but yeah, we're excited about the Fourth Friday Films and the banquet. The banquet turned out very nice.
And I think it really is beginning to people expect, because you've done it for so many years and it just keeps on getting better and better every year.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, we're trying to, as a chamber, because we only have, let's see, 6 members on the board, serving on the board currently. We wanted to concentrate on things that we could help our businesses with here in town, but still bring people to Norwood for these events, like music, helping with Music on the Mesa as far as sponsorship, so, but not go crazy trying to figure out what everybody wants. We had to kind of rein it in just a little bit and kind of keep it down to that. We're also reaching out to Michaela Gordon with Weed Seeds so she can come in and help put together some workshops and stuff like that for local businesses as well, for just questions that they have that they need answered. Oh, and the Fasada grant, we see has the Fasada grant kicking off again, should be the end of July when that will be awarded. And that has been handed out to all of our local businesses here in town, and along with Natarita and New Club.
And is that to help upgrade their business?
Yes, yeah, the Fasada grant can be used for exterior. It was changed last year to go to HVAC systems, heating, stuff more internal roofing. And it's the Fasada grant is kind of like a match. It's $5,000 is the highest. And, I mean, it's a process. You have to turn in bids, you have to let the people on the Fasada grant or the facade committee know what you're doing, what you're planning on doing with money, and you have to put money into it as well. So the Fasada grant has been awarded to quite a few people here in Norwood, Nucla, and Natarita, and there is no term out on that. You can continue to apply, or if you get windows one year, you can come back and get doors or help with roofing. There's nothing that's through Weed Seed, but they're in collaboration with the town. So the town clerk and myself, and then the other 2 town clerks are part of the facade grant committee. So we all go look at the applications and we vote and we do all that stuff too. So, and they have to be well, they don't have to be. You get an additional point if you're a chamber member. You get additional point if you're a Weed Seed member, and each point helps raise up your score a little bit higher to be awarded. So, yeah. It's a great opportunity. It's $5,000. I wish it could be more, but it's helpful. Yeah. Yeah, super helpful. So I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Does anybody have questions for Becky?
No, great report though. Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're moving right along, aren't we?
So, the agreement with San Miguel County Lodging Tax Panel and, the Norwood Chamber, this was approved, we just never got the chair's, authorization for signature by the board. So this is just some housekeeping to clean up.
So we need a motion for that?
Yes.
Somebody want to make a motion? I will.
Yes. Sorry, let me catch up.
Is John making it?
You gonna make it?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I inadvertently closed my minutes somehow.
You're okay.
Generally being a terrible technology user.
So,
Okay, so we are, would you please repeat what you just said?
Yeah, so this is approval of the or the chair's signature on the 2025 agreement between San Miguel County Lodging Tax Panel and the Norwood Chamber. This will be for their funding tourism promotion within the Norwood R2 school district.
So we are approving the chair's signature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I move that we approve the chair's signature.
Awesome.
Do I say something? I approve
Yeah.
the signature.
You could second it, Christina, if you like.
I don't know if I
Say,
have to intervene
you
or
can
not.
second the motion. Second the
Okay,
motion.
oh yeah, sure. I'm the second one. All right. I,
All in favor?
yes,
Aye.
Awesome. So the one thing I did put on here is next meetings. Are you guys thinking about maybe fall for our next meeting? Unless you have anything else too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Have anything else? Sure. You think an early fall time?
Does that work for you, Christina? I know you.
just checking right now. And you
Okay.
said early fall?
Yes.
Sure. That will be like September?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I cannot do any Tuesday and Wednesdays.
Okay. Does Monday work for everyone?
Yes.
Those for
of
me,
course.
sure.
Hmm. What about September 1st?
Labor Day.
It's
It's
good
a
with me.
Labor
It's-
Day.
Fine. How about September 8th?
Yeah, perfect. For me,
Which of those is Labor Day?
the first.
Okay. Eighth is great.
Okay. Mike, do we have an IG meeting that day?
Apologies, which date?
September 8th? I don't think so.
Okay, just one sec. No, there's not.
Okay. September 8th at 1 o'clock?
Sure.
Work for everyone?
Works for me.
Yes.
I guess that's all we have today, right?
Does anybody have anything else?
Carmen, will you,
Yeah.
will someone ask Kira for her deck so that we can review that?
I absolutely will. Good idea.
And then shoot that around to this group?
Sure.
It'll probably be a lot of what John saw, but since none of us others were there, be fun to or helpful to review it.
Oh yeah. You guys will. It's important.
Yeah,
It'd be
absolutely.
great if we could get that, and I'd like to be able to show that to my partners and associates as well. So that's a great idea. Thank you.
Mhm. All right, anything else? All right, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Sorry, can you repeat? I couldn't hear.
I move
Uh,
that we adjourn the meeting.
Oh yeah, adjourn the meeting. Yes.
Christina seconds.
All in favor?
All right.
Yes.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
thank you all.
Everybody.
Yeah. Good luck. We'll talk to you all real soon.
Have a good summer. Wishing you all
Thank
the
you very
best.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks all.
Same for you.
Ciao.